Down here, I like this picture too, the city bookstore. Right here is a sign for the next store, which was Mrs. Dibble's Hat Shop. I like that name. But what I like about this picture are these bikes, this bicycle and tricycle out front. That tricycle is for a lady, not a kid, but a lady. There was a company in Elyria that made bicycles and tricycles. There was a lace company here. Perry Fay was a company that was owned by two people, Mr. Perry and Mr. Fay. But another lady named Mrs. Fay had her own invention, her own company. She made stockings. Now, in those days, ladies and children kept their stockings up either with a drawstring to tie them up, but usually with an elastic garter to hold them in place. Well, they often fell down. So her invention was to create stockings that buttoned onto your underwear. So you sew the buttons on, button your stockings in place, and they'd never fall down. Fay Stocking Company, big company here in Elyria.
Well, since this is Elyria's bicentennial celebration year, the education coordinators at the Historical Society, Lorain County Historical Society, have put together a PowerPoint showcasing Elyria's history over those 200 years. There is a school display that is traveling from school to school each week. It's at a different elementary school or high school or middle school, and it will be traveling around the city. Today it is in Oakwood, and I happen to be here doing a program for the third graders. Their unit, they often have a social studies unit on local history, so this fits very well into their study of Elyria history. When Mr. Ely came here in 1817, he had already sent a couple of people ahead because he probably didn't want to do all the work. He sent a couple of workmen ahead of the year before to start cutting down trees to clear land. He hired a company to build a couple of mills on the river. But he brought with him his housekeeper, which I think is interesting. She came here with 5 men, the only woman in the settlement, and she kept house for the men in their log cabin. I'm sure she cooked and cleaned and did the laundry and all of that. Because the men were out working, they were cutting down trees and building houses, didn't have time for that stuff. I think it was a very, very brave thing for her to do. One thing that Elyria is known for is its Gates Hospital for crippled children. It was started in 1915 by Edgar Daddy Allen, who had also started the funding for the hospital. He recognized the fact that there were a lot of families who kept their children's deformities and crippling diseases secret because they were embarrassed or they had no money to handle it. So he organized this hospital. The Gates family in town donated a lot of money to get it started, and it was the first type of hospital in the state, maybe in the country, for handling crippling diseases for children. Then Edgar Allen decided that he needed a fundraising arm for that hospital, and he started a group to collect money for taking care of these children. Their families couldn't afford it, and that came out to be or morphed into the Easter Seal Society, which is a international organization started right here in Elyria.
The most interesting thing I learned about Elyria today is that back in the day, tricycles were made for girls and not little kids, and grown men had to ride like regular bicycles. And I thought that was very interesting because mostly kids are allowed to ride tricycles and women are a little bit too tall for those.
I learned that there's a lot of stuff downtown that was old that they took down.
What I thought was interesting was that they had like this food store, and like right above it, it's like kidney and liver, like they used to eat kidney and liver.
My name is Brandon, B-R-A-N-D-O-N. Well, I am the most coolest.
What is your last name?
Johnson.
Okay.
Well, downtown, the court like lights up. It's beautiful when it like lights up. Does it really light up at night sometimes?
Yes. Yes.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.